want to know. I'll tell the world, yeah. I'll tell the world. I just want everyone to know.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Cap Nation Live. The first Saturday in the month of October. What's going on, everybody? October the 2nd. Ready to rock, ready to roll, and ready to put more money in our pockets. So I've got money in my pocket, and I know what to do. Maybe it's time to go buy a new boat or something like that. Anyways, congrats to everybody yesterday on FC's Bellator Fight Pick of the Year. I don't know where FC is. He might be sleeping in after all the work that he's been doing for the UFC today, Bellator yesterday. The man has been an absolute animal. Congrats to absolutely everybody that hammered and pounded the absolute piss out of your books yesterday. Humping the bookie's leg. Congrats to everybody. FC delivering the heat yet again. And the crazy thing is he's going to be doing it again today. We get UFC later on this afternoon. He's got a max fight pick that was just posted today. Oh my lord, it's going to be a good one. The fight card going to be another good one. Remember, he was only a half a unit underdog lean or something last week away from a clean sweep of the entire board. He's going to do it yet again. No, my personal plays are not out yet. Personal plays will be out after the live show, and just so you guys know, I have nothing early. None of my personal plays are early. We've got a few early premium plays, but my personal plays are not early. My personal plays are later on in the day. So I will be sending them out after the live show, because a lot of you, it's time for you guys to renew. So I'll have to send out those notifications. Unless you already know it's you, then just go renew and save yourself the pain and suffering, and just get it done and over with. Whew! Personal plays 3-0 yesterday. Cha-ching! Cha-ching! We did a lot of cha-chinging yesterday. Lots of cha-chinging. I seen somebody in here's counts over 20K now. Congrats, Jesus. I seen Alex saying he's going boat shopping this weekend. I think he needs to paint Cap Nation on the back of it, or at least the I bet with the GOAT logo somewhere. Premium plays went 2-1 yesterday. Missed 3-0 by way of the BYU and Utah State over 63.5. I thought we were going to get it. Didn't. Fell a little short. Hammered the piss out of Houston plus the 3.5 to a blowout dog winner. Red Sox laying 1.5 winner as well. Premium plays 2-1. How about Iowa money line yesterday? I don't know how many people told us we were fucking crazy taking Iowa yesterday. Oh no, Maryland's going to keep pace with them. Maryland's probably live as a dog. Fuck off. No way. You guys all saw what happened. A real defense showed up yesterday. Congrats to Iowa and everybody that bet that daily free play. System plays closed out a nice one on the Indians yesterday, minus $1.20. Personal plays, as I said, 3-0. We started with Houston and Tulsa over 54. Winner, winner, winner. Winner, winner, winner. Then we had BYU laying the 9.5. A lot of people had questions about that one as well. A lot of people. But oh yeah, winner, 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 winner. Then we moved on to baseball, and we took a do-nothing game between the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. We took over 9. And even Humberto, the pitcher for the Diamondbacks, started the scoring party in the 3rd inning by hitting a 3-run home run to get us on the board. Next thing you know, it's 7-0 Diamondbacks in the 3rd. Can you say cha-ching? Because I can. Cha-ching! Just like that. Did Tulsa forget they had a game yesterday? No. They just played a much better team. And that line with Tulsa being favored? Why we rolled with Houston yesterday? You're going to give me 3.5 points with the better team? With the better offense? Absolutely. Sign me up all day. I wish we could have that one again. Aaron says, does anybody know a good investment broker with all this money we're making? His name is Kyle. His last name is Johnson. Sometimes he goes by GOAT. and he works for Cappers Direct. You can find him on YouTube daily under the Jackass Department. Edward says, Tulsa, LOL, where's Dizzy? Dizzy's probably dizzy in Tulsa. Juan, good morning. Joe says, that was a great 3-run home run by the pitcher. Cash it in the 7th inning, right? Absolutely. Thomas says, don't forget about those Cardinals. Yep. That makes us 19 out of the last 20. All fucking winners. And how many of those were they just straight dogs, too? Oh, my God. Matt says, Kyle, I got limited on 2 books. 1 book limited me after the Major League Baseball game of the year, and the other after the FC fight pick of the year. Right? Hey, open up Bet Online accounts. They won't limit you. Marcus, what's going on, buddy? Brandon, it's our pleasure. Just want to thank guys at Cap Nation. This week alone, I was able to pay off my daughter's private school tuition because of you guys. Hey, I love hearing that. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. To everybody that actually reached out, I've actually seen some really cool messages and some cool things that you guys are able to do with some of your winnings. And I absolutely love seeing that. And remember, so speaking of that, before we jump into the game day breakdowns, let's have a little heart-to-heart. Let's open up the barbershop to a very, very, very important subject. You know, I was actually talking to FC about this yesterday, and it's actually a very important subject that a lot of you guys don't take advantage of. So there's no denying we're on a fucking heater. I mean, there's no denying. Major League Baseball Game of the Year winner, FC winning Fight Pick of the Year, premium plays keep winning daily, personal plays keep winning daily, 3-0 yesterday. And you guys are sending me copies of, screenshots of your accounts. I went from, 2,000, I now have 15. Went from 7 to 20. I went from 100 to 6,000. All these things. One thing that you guys always have to remember to do is to pay yourself. You ain't doing this for fun. All right? Some of you guys are, and that's fine. But either way, there is a reward at the end of the tunnel of sports betting, and it's called paying yourself. Maybe it's doing something like Alex did, said he'd take his wife out to go buy a Chanel purse and some of the red bottom shoes. Harold Tate. Never met the guy. I'll have to go watch his video or something. I've never met the guy. I don't know him. But I appreciate the shout out if it was a positive one. But yeah, never met him before. But anyways, back to the barbershop. One thing that you guys need to make sure you guys are doing at all times is paying yourself. You guys buy packages, you put it on your credit card or your debit card. You guys deposit into your sports book. More than likely it's coming out of your bank account unless you're on credit with one of your local books. When you guys get paid, you have to pay yourself. There's no shame in making a withdrawal. Matter of fact, it's healthy. It's healthy to make a withdrawal. You guys see me. I'm always doing withdrawals. I will be doing another one with FanDuel later today. Hopefully another one with DraftKings by the end of today or tomorrow. I like their wire, which means you got to get their account up over to a certain dollar amount. And then I have Bet Online, which I withdraw at any time in Bitcoin. Always make sure you're paying yourself. Reward yourself. Reward yourself. There's something you want, go out and get it. Take care of the ones that are around you, because when you're grumpy because you're not winning, that loved one is probably still supporting you. They go through the stress just like you, even though they may not be sitting there next to you watching or sweating the game. But take care of the ones around you. And enjoy it. If you don't celebrate your victories more than the high five and the hooting and the hollering, then you won't get the satisfactions over and over and over in that drive to keep winning. So celebrate your wins. You want a shit pile of money? Go buy a boat. Pay off your car. Pay off a debt. Go buy yourself a new pair of kicks. Go buy yourself a new TV. New car. New truck. Something. Enjoy your wins. Because let me tell you, when that little drop of dopamine is released and you get that feeling, that rush of winning that big ticket, when that final out strikes, strike three, that dopamine just releases in your body and you celebrate that victory. Reward yourselves. Trust me. You'll appreciate it in the long run. All right, so that's my public service announcement, because I know a lot of you guys, if you're at least on our stuff, you're fucking winning and you're winning big. So remember that. There's no shame in taking a cash out. You got $20K in your account, take half of it out. God forbid you had to, but you could always put it back in. But buy something. Thomas Kyle got a question. What is included in the $29.99 UFC fight package? Does it include the Max Fight Pick? No, Max Fight Pick is not included in the $29.99 card. You get all of his write-ups, lean, stay away recommendations, parlays, anything that he's putting out in the UFC, you get minus the Max Fight Pick. No, Scott, the Max Fight Pick is not included in the $29.99 package. FC's not working for free. Jesus, fantastic, brother. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Steven says, win or lose, you're a good dude, Kyle. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jesus, you're taking family out today. I'm taking my little one to the zoo. It rained. We were supposed to go last Saturday, and it rained. So taking her back. We're going to attempt to do it today. I know there was another question. Hold on one second. Let's see. Where was it? It was a little bit ago. John says, would you recommend the game of the week or guaranteed Saturday? I can only buy one. They're both great. They're both great. One's early. Guaranteed Saturday is early. My game of the week is late. Buy one, win, bet the next one. But either one can't, you can't go wrong with either one. Speaking of which, so let's talk about what to expect today, and then we're going to jump into these game day breakdowns, because we've got some breakdowns going, and, football starting in an hour. As far as today goes, this is what you can expect for today. So first of all, if you're on my personal plays, they're not out yet. They'll be out after the live show. And again, I don't have anything early. Michael, good morning. As far as what to expect today, first of all, guaranteed Saturday. You have to sign up by 2 p.m. Eastern time. 2 p.m. Eastern is the cutoff for guaranteed Saturday. It is, by the way, 50% off today. All this winning that we're doing, you'd think that if we were a greedy company, the company would be charging full price. Nah, we got shit on sale, baby. 50% off guaranteed Saturday. Got to be signed up by 2 p.m. Eastern time. Still comes with the guaranteed to win. You get the next one free. And then later on today, we have my game of the week. All right, we have my game of the week. When we first announced it, we said that my game of the week will be later if it takes place, if I'm able to verify everything. If it happens, it'll be on Saturday as well. So here we are with a huge, huge, huge Saturday. Guaranteed Saturday, my game of the week. And again, my game of the week, you have until 7 p.m. Eastern time to get on board. A little bit later. And then, lo and behold, you've got UFC. Which UFC, by the way, starts at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So there you got some early guaranteed Saturday, middle UFC, including a guaranteed max fight pick for $25. Comes with the guarantee. guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. We actually have 3 games today that have guarantees on them. Huge fucking day. Huge day. Edward pushing for game of the month. I like it. Harold, I don't know. I'll take a look. I've never met him before. I've never even chatted with him before. And, I mean, it's possible, but I don't know any other Kyle Johnsons in the industry. And I know everybody. Most everybody. I mean, or at least know of them anyways. If they're legitimate. Unless there's magically another Kyle Johnson. But yes, Kyle and Johnson, definitely common names, Definitely a common name. I like the idea, Edward. I like what you're thinking. Alrighty, so public service announcement on bankroll management and withdrawing and paying yourself and all of that. Check that right off the list. All right. Now we get to focus on what to expect today, because I know you guys are going to do what's right by you guys and put money in your pocket. Shane says game of the month for members only. That's a good idea. Might be a good idea right there. It would definitely boost YouTube exclusive memberships, I'm sure. We're not lacking in that department, but there could definitely be a lot more. Not everybody's name is showing up with the badge next to it. Hold on one second, folks. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. Andrew says, I feel like everybody is on Wisconsin. There might be a lot of people on Wisconsin. Probably is. If I have a chance, I will. We actually have a play on that game, so I wouldn't be giving away what we're on. But we do have a play on that game. We have a premium play. It's one of our early games. But if I have a chance, I'll definitely take a look at that one. Tom, thank you, sir. I just seen that you just signed up for Guaranteed Saturday. 50% off, by the way. It's normally $150. It's on sale $75. Or not Tom, Scott, thank you. Alonzo, thanks for jumping on board. FC's Max Fight Pick. Thomas, thanks for jumping on board the package you asked about the UFC. Brandon, thanks for jumping on board the combo package, as well as my game of the week. I can go on and on and on and on. Josh, thanks for jumping on board the Max Fight Pick. Matthew, thanks for jumping on board UFC's One Day Pass. Carl for jumping on board my game of the week. By the way, if you were on my game of the year, if you were on my Major League Baseball game of the year just the other day, on Thursday, check your email. Check your email. I did reward each and every single one of you with a little promo code for a discount towards my game of the week today. That was for everybody that was on my game of the week. Or excuse me, my game of the year. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me one quick second. Alrighty, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some college ball, take a look at some of those early games, and we'll bounce around, see what kind of damage we can do this morning. I'm having a lot of fun. Having a lot of fun this morning. Sometimes just the barbershop. Seth says if you didn't get the email, he doesn't like you as much as us. Right? I see your text, Seth. And I'm replying why. Common thought. Common thought. Well, I could definitely tell you I'm hitting my game of the week. That's for sure. I'm on fucking fire. We're going to keep that fire lit, baby. That we are. Seth, thanks for jumping on board. FC's max fight pick. He definitely does appreciate it. I will reach out to FC, by the way. I will try and get him on the live show. Remember, he was super busy yesterday, and he even said doesn't know if he'd be able to make today's live show. But I am definitely going to reach out and try and get that good old boy on our live show. Because he should. He should be able to come and pound his chest. It's a little weird when one of your other iPhones starts activating Siri and you didn't say anything. DT says, I was down 200 early in the week, came back with the GOAT, now up 1,100. Fantastic, DT. Love hearing that, baby. Love hearing that. Edward says, hopefully we start getting enough people and likes again to start having the giveaways and contests on weekends. You know, here's what we'll do. Because we're running behind today, we will do some contests tomorrow. That we will do. All right? We will do some, that way I can prepare for it. We'll do some contests. We'll have some fun. Because it's been a while since we've done that. But we will do some contests and some giveaways tomorrow. That is for sure. Princess Chachi says, good morning, Kyle. Would you mind breaking down the total in the Georgia Tech Pitt game? We'll take a look at that one. Billy wants to know, are we going to talk about the Georgia game? We can talk about the Georgia game, too. We can take a look at some of these. Definitely. Absolutely, definitely. We get the live odds up. And we'll start with that Pittsburgh-Georgia Tech game. I seen somebody ask for that. That's one of the early games today. We can definitely take a gander at that one. That we can definitely do. Get everything up and running. Chef Bears has got to give big thanks to Kyle with celebrating at the bar, buying drinks. Great night. Where was mine? I didn't get no invite to the bar. Love it. Love it. Love it, Chef. Love it. Just doing my job and doing what I love to do. You know, one thing that I enjoy, there's a lot of people that are in this industry that, let's be honest, they don't like this industry. They don't like being in this industry. One, probably because they can't pick their, their nose from their ass. And two, when you don't treat customers properly, customers don't treat you properly. And I got to tell you, I fucking love my job. And you guys make it absolutely insanely easy. You guys make my job insanely easy. And one thing that, I've always promoted is, one, making money is fun. When you make money, it's fun. When you make an absolute shit pile of money, it's even more fun. And if I know that you're having fun, because I've never seen anybody losing having fun, let me tell you. But when I know you're having fun, I know you're making money. Plain and simple. And I'll be honest, there's a lot of dirt bags in this industry. On both sides. On my side, on your side, it's the gambling industry. You know what I mean? And I got to tell you, I have the world's best sports betting clients. that are out there. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. When other people in the industry and they ask about what I do or how we do it, and they say we get on their live, they come and they watch our live show and they try and duplicate it and they last a week, or they don't even have a live show. They do a video and they're like, how do you get all these people to actually like you? What? You don't treat them like a fucking dirtbag. You don't try and run over them. If you guys don't buy a package from me, no problem. I don't care. I'm going to make money regardless because my games actually win. But if you guys do, fantastic. Either way, you're part of the family. You guys are all part of the Cap Nation family, and I will keep you guys and treat you guys the way that I would want to be treated. And you guys make my job easy. I have the best sports betting clients in the entire industry. Let me tell you. Absolutely insane. Every once in a while, we get the one Debbie Downer that comes in here, but it's probably just another service trolling. Or it's just a little fanboy of another service that is just jealous that we show betting tickets. Not just for $20, for thousands. So, thank you guys for making my job easy. Let me tell you. Seth, but that's a normal thing for them. That's a normal thing. Had I had lost my Major League Baseball game of the year, you guys still, I wouldn't know, I would still come on live. I would come in with my head down and probably a little not as excited or happy, obviously. But win, lose, or draw, I'm going to be here the next day. It takes a lot for me not to show up, like fucking dying in the hospital, doped up on morphine after my appendix ruptured and I spent a week at home with sepsis, getting infected. I still film from the hospital bed, doped up on morphine. Still drop the hammer for you guys. So that's one thing that you guys won't ever get here. If I lose, trust me, I'm going to come and face you guys. No matter if I want to or not. That was instilled in me early in this industry. That when you lose, you face your clients. You take it on the chin like a fucking champ and you move on. No excuses. Edward says, Kyle's so good that other sites literally buy his picks to give their clients. That is a true fact. That is a true fact. Seth, absolutely. Definitely will. Look at Alex buying a boat with his money from Bellator. I love it. Alex, we need at least a I bet with the goat sticker on it somewhere. Or you need to name it Cap Nation. Dreams by Kyle. Kyle's Yacht Club, depending on how big your boat is. Yeah, that might be a thing there. Everybody who buys a boat with their winnings has got a paint on the back of it, Kyle's Yacht Club. Speaking of that, perfect shirt for the boat owners. It says, be the captain. Now I'm the captain of this ship. Now let's start jumping into some breakdowns and let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Alrighty, so we can take a look at that first one, game 121 and 122. Pitt at Georgia Tech. Pittsburgh 3-1 straight up. 3-1 against the spread. 4-0 to the over. Then you got old Georgia Tech 2-2 straight up. 3-1 against the spread. 2-2 to the over. Pitt averaging a massive 52.5 points a game. 161 yards a game on the ground at 4.1 yards per carry. Nice 386 yards in the air at 10.4 yards per passing attempt. But that's against the likes of Massachusetts. However, they did play Tennessee and got a 41-34 victory. Western Michigan, who they lost to, 44-41. And then a 77-7 win over New Hampshire. Keep in mind, those stats are padded by way of 51 against Mass and 77 against New Hampshire. Georgia Tech, on the other hand, they're averaging 29.8 points a game, just a hair under 30 points a game. They're averaging 199 a game on the ground. Run, run, run. And when they do pass, they're averaging just 186 in the air at 7.4 yards per passing attempt. They beat up Northern Illinois. They got beat up by Northern Illinois 22-21 in a close barn burner game. They beat up Kennesaw State 45-17. They lost to Clemson in a shitfest 14-8 game. And then they just put the pounding on North Carolina, beat them 45-22. Talk about Jekyll and Hyde performances. Georgia Tech is 0-7 against the spread at home versus prolific scoring teams that average more than 36 points per game. Georgia Tech has not been good at home when facing off against a team that scores a shit ton of points. Keep that in mind. As far as this game goes, first of all, I don't have a dollar on it. Line has Pitt laying 3, Georgia Tech plus the 3, minus 104. Total on it is 57.5. You really have to focus in on the defense here. Johnson just got on Game of the Year. No Game of the Year today, but we do have Game of the Week and Guaranteed Saturday. Just so you know. I don't know which one you got on, but thank you. Thanks for jumping on board, John. Pitt giving up 23 points a game. They're averaging giving up 109 on the ground at 3.2 yards per carry and 205 in the air at 6.5 yards per passing attempt. Even Steven in the turnover department. Georgia Tech, a very impressive +6 in the turnover departments. They're giving up 18.8 points per game, 137 on the ground, 170 in the air. You've got two defenses that are giving up absolutely nothing against the likes of a couple decent teams, and then against shitty teams like Kennesaw State, they still gave up 17. Against Northern Illinois, they gave up 22, Georgia Tech that is, and then Pitt gave up a measly 7 against Massachusetts. But then when they played a decent team like Tennessee, they still gave up 34, and then they gave up 44 in a loss to Western Michigan. So you kind of get like the Heckle and Jide effect here of when they play a quality team, Georgia Tech, they keep the score low. When they play a shitty team, the games are going over. And then doesn't matter who Pitt is playing, the game goes over. Now, we either see a barn burner where there just is absolutely zero offense in this, or the game goes over the 57.5. If you made me choose, and by the way, for the person that asked for this game, I think it was Princess Chachu, I am not on this game, but if you made me pick, I would take the over. I would take the over 57.5. If you made me select which one, it would be the over. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. Thomas says Daniels isn't 100%. Georgia better tread lightly. All Georgia has to do is get rid of Daniels. Did you see that kid that he's the backup? Yeah. I like him better than Daniels. But I'm just not a Daniels fan. I'm just not a Daniels fan. All right, so another interesting one. Let's take a look at Duke. Duke in North Carolina, game 113 and 114. Another interesting one this morning. Another interesting one this morning. Just popping up the lines for that one. You know, first of all, the lines on it, Duke plus 19.5. North Carolina laying 19.5 at home with a total of 72.5. Monster total. Monster total. Totals actually came down in this one by over a full point. North Carolina, before we get into some other stuff, is 8-2 against the spread at home after a game with a turnover margin of -3 or worse. They usually correct it. The road team, Duke, 3-1 straight up, 3-1 against the spread, 3-1 to the over. Then you got North Carolina, 2-2 straight up, 2-2 against the spread, 3-1 to the over. North Carolina, like I was saying, is 8-2 against the spread at home after a game with a turnover margin of -3 or worse. They are coming off a loss against Georgia Tech where they lost 45-22. They got their butts kicked. And here they are, they're getting Duke, who got shocked in the week 1 opener against Charlotte, losing to Charlotte 31-28. They came back with a gimme over North Carolina A&T, 45-17. They got past Northwestern 30-23, and they just beat up Kansas 52-33. The fact that they gave up 33 to Kansas, 17 to North Carolina A&T, doesn't say much about their defense. We'll start with the offense first. Duke averaging 38.8 points per game, 247 on the ground and 297 in the air. They're averaging 81 offensive snaps a game. Pretty damn good. North Carolina averaging 69 offensive snaps, averaging 200 yards a game on the ground and 307 in the air. They are averaging identical rushing numbers on average rushes per attempt, or rush yards per attempt, excuse me. As far as the defenses go, Duke gives up 26 points a game. North Carolina gives up 29.5. Duke gives up 4.5 yards per carry, 179 on the ground. North Carolina gives up 3.9 yards per carry. Offensive numbers, pretty similar. Pretty similar all around. Now, North Carolina should win this game. They should. I don't see them covering by 20 points, though. I don't. If I had to do anything in this game, and again, I'm glad I'm not on this game, but if I did, Duke plus 19.5 minus 109 is enticing. It's definitely enticing. Going up against defenses that pit similar numbers. Their run game on offense is very similar numbers. What they score per game is very similar numbers. Stats are very identical. Now, obviously, North Carolina is probably fielding a little higher caliber team. But again, they struggled against Virginia Tech. They put up 10 points. They put up only 22 last week in their loss to Georgia Tech. Regardless of the stat that North Carolina is 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games at home after a turnover margin of -3 or worse, I think that stat goes to 8-3 after today. Lean on Duke. And by the way, when we're leaning, just means we're leaning, folks. Doesn't mean we're taking out the wallet and we're betting on it. Means we're leaning. Means we're leaning. Now, let's talk about game 133 and 134. Memphis at Temple. Memphis laying 11 on the road. Temple catching 11. Money line. Memphis a minus 415 favorite on the road. Over and under set at 58.5. First half numbers, Memphis laying 6 with a first half total over 30. First quarter number, 13.5 plus 100. Even money. Enticing. Thomas has teased Duke up. I don't think you can go wrong with that one, Thomas. Might definitely be a quality teaser. Matt, any opinion on the Texas game? I am a Pac-12 fan, and Texas is coach coming out of the Pac-12, so I guess if I had to take a lean, I'm rooting for Texas, but no opinion on that game. If I have time, we'll take a look at it, though. If I have time, we'll take a look at it. Now, as far as this game goes with Memphis and Temple, Memphis 3-1 on the year. They're coming off a loss to UTSA where they just lost 31-28. Before that, they were a 3-point dog. They got the victory against Mississippi State. Beat another Pac-12 coach right there. Mississippi State, they beat them 31-29. That game stayed under. Their last 2 games have gone under. 3 of their 4 games have gone under. The only game that went over was against Arkansas State, where there was a 55-50 game, 105 points scored. It started out with 3 straight wins. Then Temple. Temple. Lost to Rutgers. They were a 14.5-point dog. They lost 61-14, got their asses handed to them. They came back. They beat Akron as a 6.5-point dog, or 6.5-point favorite, excuse me. They beat them 45-24. Then they lost in week 3 against Boston College. They were a 14.5-point dog, and they lost 28-3. And then last week they were playing Wagner, and they beat them 41-7. They did not cover the 36 points that they were laying, and it stayed under the 54.5 points. They are 2-2 to the over, a.k.a. 2-2 to the under. Memphis averaging a high-flying 39 points per game. They average 185 on the ground at 5 yards per carry. They average 292 in the air and 9.9 yards per passing attempt. Temple's offense is weak and anemic compared to what you see out of Memphis. Temple averages 25.8 points a game. They're getting the job done there, but they're averaging just 121 on the ground at 3.6 yards per carry, and they're averaging 211 in the air at 7.9 yards per passing attempt. They're behind the averages in every category. When you take a look at the defenses, Memphis has given up 31.8 points a game compared to the 30 of Temple. Memphis gives up 113 on the ground, just 3.3 yards per carry. They give up 248 in the air, 7 yards per passing attempt. Temple, on the other hand, is giving up 175 a game on the ground. They're also giving up 4 yards a carry. They're giving up just 101 yards a game in the air at 4.8 yards per passing attempt. Keep in mind, that's against the likes of Rutgers, Akron, Boston College, and Wagner. You know, definitely a loaded stat there. Oop, iPad falling off. Now, yes, Dewan Mathis is supposed to be back, but when you look at his 2 starts, and he was back last week on the 25th. He went 22 of 32 for 292 passing yards. He did have 2 passing touchdowns. He did not throw an interception, though. It's about the only shining light. Other than that, I'm not too high on number 18 stock. But as far as this game goes, Memphis was laying 11.5. It's down to 11. And just taking a gander in some other books, now, I'm going to share this screenshot with you guys. As soon as it goes through, there we go. Because I just bet Memphis. Literally, right now. Memphis laying 11 is going on the board. And the ticket will be going on the screen because we show tickets around here. When nobody else does, don't worry, your boy definitely will. So, let's get this ticket on the screen. And let's have some fun. So bear with me just a second. We'll get it on the screen, then we'll get it on the board. But Memphis laying 11 is a winner. Memphis laying 11 is a winner. If you want to bet it with me, now you can. See, that's exactly how a real ticket looks, courtesy of DraftKings. And we'll go up to this board right here. Yeah, the board almost got it correct. It doesn't even matter. Minus $1.10 anyways. Memphis, minus 11. William tuning in via text message. Good morning, sir. By the way, if you're on my personal plays, they are not out yet. They are not out yet. But they will be. So, Son Fam, I know you signed up for my personal plays. They're not out yet, brother, but they will be soon. All right? When we get off the live show, personal plays will be posted. Okay? Personal plays will be posted. Or not posted, but sent out. Everybody else, John, thanks for jumping on board my game of the week. Sylvester, thanks for jumping on board Guaranteed Saturday. Steven as well. Seth as well. Aaron. Everybody else. All right. So, bear with me 1 second, guys. If you're on premium plays, we have 2 early ones. And I need to make sure that I actually bet them all. The poll is spinning, baby. The poll is spinning. You can see it in the bottom right-hand corner. The poll is still spinning. If you have not hit that subscribe button and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you need to hit that subscribe button right now. Right now. Do it. Do it now. Because we produce the winners that you want, baby. All right, give me 1 second here. Just want to make sure that everything is bet. Because I don't want to screw anything up. That's for sure. Give me 1 second. Got one more to do. All righty. 1 second. One more to add, and then you guys will get my undivided extra read all about it attention. I just have to make sure I have one more in here, and then we will be good to go. All right. And now we are good to go. Hold on. Waiting for a review from DraftKings for approval. There we go. DraftKings, I got to tell you, they're pretty damn... Oh, I forgot to hit my parlay bonus. Whoopsies. All right, we'll just add it to this one. 75% profit boost. I like that. Max 250 bet. Okay, we'll throw it in there. Give me 1 quick second, guys, and I will be done in just a second. And then you guys get my undivided attention again. All right. Action required. Thank you, Juan. Appreciate it, brother. Junior says, hey, Kyle's game of the week, MLB game. If you want to know, I'm not saying if it's Major League Baseball or college football, but if you want to know, you just got to get on board, my brother. If you want to know, you just got to get on board. But what I will tell you is it's a good one. It is a good one. And by the way, we did put out a nice play in the Army Ball State game as the daily free play video, or in the daily free play. Alrighty. Alrighty, folks. Let's see. There was something else that I liked this morning. Go back and take a quick gander at something that we were breaking down earlier. Oh, the Memphis and Temple. First quarter. Memphis and Temple, first quarter over. I do like. By the way, FanDuel has limited me to win 500 on first quarter totals now. FanDuel has limited me because there was a couple. If you guys remember that Georgia game last week, we fucking killed them. I was up like 6K in the first quarter on just betting that Georgia team total over. Yeah, they didn't take too kind to that, and they limited me to 500 per on first quarters and second quarter and third quarter totals. So yeah, they didn't take too kind to it. Matt says one site has me limited to $2.50 max bet. What the? That's not good. Need to find another one. Definitely need to find another one. That is for sure. I have noticed that the books have tightened up some of their betting options in the last few weeks. But I mean, with all intensive purposes, I've done 3 withdrawals since FanDuel has been legal in the state of Arizona in the last, 3 weeks? 4 weeks? Whatever it was. And the first one was 10, the second one was 20, and the other one was 25. And I've made 2 deposits for a total of $6,000 on their website. So I've pulled out $55K and I've put in 6. So, but limiting me to 500, logically, you ain't going to get your money back anytime soon there, FanDuel. A lot of stuff. Same game parlays, over 1.5 touchdowns. You can't add that in it anymore. They actually took out a lot. Because remember, I hit one of those big parlays for 20K. And they took that away from us. All right, so game starting 25 minutes. Let's bounce back into some of these other games. Cody says, any thoughts on the Alabama-Ole Miss under 17.5 first quarter? Between both of those teams, Alabama's defense is not that good this year. Ole Miss's offense is pretty damn prolific, obviously with Lane Kiffin under the helm, who puts a hell of a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. And what he's done there in such a short period of time is pretty damn cool. But with that being said, over 17.5 is a lot. I generally don't go overs. However, in that game, we either see an absolute low-scoring game or we get what we expect, and who knows, maybe Alabama's up 21-0 in the first quarter alone. So as far as that one goes, if I did anything, Cody, it would probably be on the over 17.5, but I'm not going to touch it. Seth says no cappers boost on FanDuel, even they claim McAfee gets a boost. Yeah, no. Yeah, baseball, now it's specific 0 runs, 1 run, or 2 or more. Yeah, they definitely... but like I said, the sports books are not having a good start to football. And the ending of baseball has been very good to the public, or just the average bettor. I know it's been amazing to us, so it's got to be great for everybody else. It's got to be great for everybody else. All right, so bouncing around a little more, and good luck to everybody on Temple. And remember, it doesn't matter what you're wagering, always wager responsibly. Juan says, Kyle, did you say that you liked the Memphis first quarter over? Yes, I did bet it. Shane says, am I holding out on your parlay? No, I put a parlay in. I put a parlay with the first 2 premium plays of the day. And then I also did one with the first 2 premium plays and guaranteed Saturday. And now that I think about it, I am going to parlay all 3 premium plays because I honestly believe that premium plays are having a huge sweep today. Premium plays are sweeping the board today. That I do feel. And by the way, no personal plays have been sent out yet. If you're looking for my personal plays, they are not out yet, so don't worry. You did not miss my personal plays. All right? That you did not miss. All right, so I'm just going to put in the third one for the third premium play, which honestly I really, really, really like today. All right. There we go. James says, I agree. Premium plays are going to sweep the board today. I think premium plays are really nice. Alex says, I like no runs in the first inning. The Dodgers, Brewers. Yeah, but anybody in that first 6 batters from each team, the first 3 on each team are capable of putting one sloppy, hanging, breaking ball over the wall. So I can't touch me, Dodgers, no run in the first. I don't care who's on the mound. Even with Julio on the mound, going up against the Brewers. Either one, any one of those first 6 batters, 3 from each team, is capable of putting one over. All right, guys, so jumping around, let's take a look. Arkansas and Georgia, I know somebody asked for that one earlier, so we'll take a look at that one real quick. That's another early game that starts in 20 minutes. By the way, let me text FC and see if he's alive. See if he'll come on live if he answers. The Georgia game, somewhere along the lines, I'll find it. There we go. Game 179 and 180. Theory, the guy says Kyle's holding out on parlays. I'm not. If you want to know what parlays I bet, just go buy premium plays. I just bet the premium plays. Don't worry, after we sweep the board, I'll show you the tickets. I did. I'm not lying. I just bet all 3 premium plays. I did a $1,700 3-teamer. I also did the first 2 with a 75% profit boost. $250 pays $1,100, and then I did it again for $1,250. So $1,500 two-teamer as well on the first two, because I think we're cashing them all. Arkansas at Georgia. Here's your ESPN game, guys. Arkansas 4-0 straight up, 4-0 against the spread, 3-1 to the over. Georgia 4-0 straight up, 3-1 against the spread, 3-1 to the over. All right? Taking a look at who did what to who. Arkansas beat Rice 38-17. Arkansas beat Texas 40-21. Arkansas beat Georgia Southern, 45-10. Arkansas beat Texas A&M 20-10. Georgia on my mind. Georgia beat Clemson 10-3. Georgia beat UAB 56-7 in a game where UAB should not have even scored. Georgia beat South Carolina 40-13, and Georgia beat Vandy 62 to absolute 0. The only game at Georgia's that stayed under the total was week 1 against Clemson. The only total of Arkansas that stayed under the total was their last game against Texas A&M. That saw a 20-10 final. Arkansas, the 8th ranked team in the country so far, averaging 35.8 points per game, 261 on the ground, 219 in the air. Run your hearts out. Now, can Arkansas run against that Georgia front line that's given up 2.3 yards per carry? I don't know. Georgia has played Clemson, who struggles even running the ball this year, UAB, South Carolina, and Vandy. So let's just say, Clemson really didn't test them. Yeah, they kept it close, but Georgia's defense locked it down. Georgia has not faced a prolific team yet, a team that's going to just absolutely pound it down your throat. Arkansas averages 47 rushing plays to 21 passing plays. They're not a fast-paced team. They average 68 offensive snaps a game. 47 of those are on the ground. They're averaging 5.6 yards per carry. 5.6 yards per carry. Can they do that against Georgia? They did it against Rice. They did it against Texas. They did it against Georgia Southern. And they were still successful against Texas A&M. Georgia's offense. They are the 2nd-ranked team in the country. They're averaging 177 on the ground and 277 in the air. They're averaging 4.8 yards per carry and 9.6 yards per passing attempt. It don't matter if JT Daniels goes down. Their backup, in my opinion, is better than Daniels. In my personal opinion, their backup is better than JT Daniels. I am not a JT Daniels fan. I generally root against him. He left USC, and I didn't even like him when he was at USC. Now, he has definitely matured transferring from the Trojans to Georgia. 100% matured, and he's a much smarter quarterback, but I still don't think he's the next Carson Palmer. But when you take a look at defenses, because that's where you really have to hone in on, Arkansas's given up an average of 14.5 points a game. And again, that's against Rice, Texas, Georgia Southern, and Texas A&M. They're giving up 123 yards a game on the ground at 3.6 yards per carry. And they've been holding teams to 144 in the air at 4.7 yards per passing attempt. They are +4 on the turnovers. Yeah, Shaka, I like Bennett well over Daniels. As far as, and I don't have $1 on this game, just so you guys know. I have no vested financial interest in the outcome of this game. I like to see when Georgia is 1 or 2 and Alabama is right there as well. I like to see this battle. Georgia's defense is giving up, on average, 5.8 points per game. They held Clemson to 3. They held UAB to 7. They gave up 13 to South Carolina, and they gave up nothing to Vandy. Keep in mind, Georgia has a very big game next week. Georgia has a very big game against Auburn next week. Assuming that Auburn can survive today, this is definitely a hell of a matchup. And when you take a look at Georgia's schedule the rest of the way, and you see that there's no Alabama on the schedule this year, they're going to face them at one point. Rest assured they will. Arkansas 8-2 against spread their last 10 games on the road versus good teams with 70% or better winning percentage. Georgia 1-7 against the spread their last 8 games at home after playing Vanderbilt. Arkansas 12-4 to the under their last 5 years versus decent passing teams, yielding less than 6.5 yards per attempt. Okay, I said this yesterday in the Iowa game. I have said this nearly every time Alabama plays Georgia. And anytime you get these two massive defenses going at it that have such stingy numbers, this game on paper sets up for an underplay. By far, it sets up for an underplay. Every aspect of this game screams under the total. However, the total being 48.5. When you put these two offenses against each other, something is going to break. You have two offenses that average 77.8 points per game. Okay? You've got Arkansas, who's averaging 480 yards a game on offense. Then you got Georgia, who's what? 454? You have massive offenses going up against the league's stingiest defenses. Something is going to break. You can't have both in this situation. And when we see it, what happens? Alabama, LSU, 90 points. Something will break. And I always tend to think that it will be the defenses. Road teams 4-1 against the spread their last 5 head-to-head matchups. As far as the side of this game goes, Georgia laying 16.5. I think that's a lot. But I also think they break down that Arkansas defense. As far as the side goes, no opinion. Literally, no opinion. If I did anything, Georgia over the 48.5 is enticing. It really is. Georgia's total over is very, very, very enticing. If you throw it in a teaser, it's even more enticing, folks. You throw that Georgia total in a teaser, it's even more enticing. I think the books have this one about right as far as the side of the game goes. That aspect, I gotta lay off of it. I really do. I really do. Now, I think Georgia gets the job done. But, question. Edward, you're a FanDuel guy. Where's the teaser option? Because I don't see it up there. Unless maybe one of the plays is not acceptable, which would be a shock. I'm curious where the teaser option is, because I just don't see it on FanDuel. Did they take that sucker off? Oh, there you go, Cody. He says, hey, Kyle, did you hear that teasers on FanDuel are down for maintenance until October 9th? What the fuck? You gotta be kidding me. Wow. There we go. My question is answered. That's ridiculous. How are teasers down for maintenance until October 9th? It's fucking October 2nd. What it is the lines are juicy this week for us. The lines are juicy for us. Both college and NFL tomorrow. So, yeah. Wow. David says, morning, guys. Thank you, Kyle, for the game of the week. First time this week I've been able to chat or catch the live show. My pleasure, David. Glad you were on it. Thank you for being a part of it. By the way, public service announcement. If you're on my personal plays, they're not out yet. They're not out yet. Don't worry. I promise I will not let you miss them. All right? A lot of you guys need to renew, and I didn't want to rush anything this morning. So we'll make sure everybody gets on them. Shane says, yeah, some great teasers out there. Shane would know. Shane's the teaser master here. But yeah, how do you have teasers down for over a week? By the way, yeah, no, BS. You're a sports book. You just don't have no teasers. Juan, thanks for jumping on board my game of the week. Glad to have you. Alan, thanks for jumping on board the combo package. Eliza, welcome back onto the premium plays. Yeah, it's going to be a fun week. All right, so give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 quick second. One second, then we'll be ready to rock and roll, all right? One more second, we're about done. I'm just making sure everybody that was supposed to have access to our premium plays has access to it, because we did do that one sale on Monday. Okay. Everybody should be good to go. Alrighty. Sonny, thanks for jumping on board. Guaranteed Saturday as well. That's crazy, Shane. That's crazy. Brandon says, good morning, guys. Sorry I'm way late. Got busy at work. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. You know what the coolest thing about Cap Nation Live is? It's archived, too. If you miss the live show, you can always come in and look at that. We got shit up on the board. We got shit up on the screen. Real bet ticket for 5 minutes away. Damn straight, Joe. They know. Trust me, a lot of options on FanDuel. Even DraftKings went away. Alternate lines went away this week on certain key games. A lot of stuff went away. No alternate line on the, I don't want to name the game, but on some of the other games as well. All right, so bouncing around, let's take a look at, a little afternoon game. Let's take a look at the Oklahoma and Kansas State game. All right, a little 3:30 Eastern time game. Bounce around. Adam, so yes. Okay, so for everybody that's just tuning in, first of all, if you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. First things first, if you're not a subscriber to our YouTube channel, subscribe. That way you don't miss a beat whenever we release anything. Second, if you haven't already done so, hit that thumbs up. There's 150 of you guys here. You're only in the low 60s as far as thumbs up goes. And it tells me that there's actually been over 745 playbacks as of right now. So get off your rears, hit that thumbs up. If you're on your mobile device, just X out of the live chat, hit that thumbs up button. It greatly helps get our videos trending in the right direction when you do, and we greatly appreciate it when you do. So, with that being said, today's schedule, Guaranteed Saturday, which, by the way, is 50% off. Guaranteed Saturday, you have until 2 p.m. Eastern Time to get on board. You have until 2 p.m. Eastern Time to get on board. It's 50% off today, so it's just $75 rather than $150. Comes with the guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. And then in the afternoon, at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 Pacific, the UFC starts. Somewhere along that lines of those 6 hours that the UFC's going, 12 fights today, which you can get all of FC's fight package for $29.99, minus the max fight pick, of course. And then there's that guaranteed max fight pick that he has for $25. Comes with the guarantee, same thing. Winner, you get the next one free, and he's on an absolute heater. And then later in the evening, as I was telling everybody earlier in the week, that if my game of the week came about, if I was able to confirm everything for what I've had circled, was falling on a Saturday today. So yes, my game of the week, to answer your question, Adam, is today. Doesn't always happen where it falls on a Saturday. Very, very rare do I put one on a Saturday. But yes, it is today, and it's later in the evening. Okay? You have until 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 Pacific, to get on board my game of the week. All right? And it is $100. And just like the other ones, we put that guarantee on it, guaranteed to win, or you get the next one free. And I got to tell you guys, there's going to be no fucking freebies next week. Because today, massive wins. Massive wins. Monster day today. Edward says new company name going to be Limited Bettors Nation, right? Hey, FanDuel's got me limited to $500 max on first quarters after the Georgia incident last Saturday in the first quarter. Which, by the way, that may be something we want to look at again. I love it. FanDuel Reality Check. We're glad you're enjoying the FanDuel Sportsbook. Just to let you know, you've been playing for 31 minutes and you've wagered $3,590 since you logged in. Yes, now let me bet a flipping teaser, moron. Right? But we can't. Thanks for the reality check, but you won't let me bet a gosh darn teaser. By the way, that Georgia first quarter total is at 10.5 and it's plus money. And they'll only let me to win 500. They said my max bet on it is $463 because it's plus money. $463. Pathetic. I'm curious if it will even allow me to parlay it together with something. Max wager 0. First quarter total, I tried doing Memphis and Georgia first quarter. Oh, and the Georgia just dropped to over 9.5 at minus $1.40. Max wager $237 to win $169. Max wager. I'm literally doing it right now. They would not let me do a parlay. Max wager 0 on the parlay. Edward says, Kyle says, you've bet $3,684,218 since login. I love it. Cody, I can't rebet it. I absolutely cannot rebet it. It will not allow me to rebet. Trust me, I tried all day long for that in the BYU game. And as well as this morning. Watch here, I'll log back in Georgia, Arkansas, first quarter, over 9.5. I don't know if you guys can see. Hold on, let me see if I can switch the screen. This is the crazy thing. Give me 1 second. I will switch screens to a closer one. Somewhere along the lines. Oh, here we go. Don't mind the close-up of my ugly mug, but hey. Let me open my phone. I don't know if you guys can see or not. There you go. Max wager, 0. Max wager, 0 allowed. Time to move that money to Caesars. Or maybe to Barstools. Alrighty. So, like we were saying, we were going to take a look at that Oklahoma and Kent State game. So, let's take a gander at that one. It's game 189, 190. Thank you, Jesus. Says hit the thumbs up. 189 and 190, Oklahoma at Kansas State. Rich just said they just put the cap in Cap Nation, right? As of right now, DraftKings has not done anything yet. All right, so just out of curiosity, that Georgia line, they moved it back to 10.5 at plus 108. Max wager 0. Won't let me touch it. Fuckers. Won't let me touch it. But hey, bet a risk-free $500 same-game parlay. Joe Free says, Kyle, truth be told, that's how you know you are good at what you do, seriously. You know, the bigger books shouldn't. They make enough money on the fish. Let us guys make our money, regardless of the angles that we pull and whatnot. You know? Or at least send me an email about it. At least send me a message. Say, hey, we're limiting you. Antoine, thanks for jumping on board FC's UFC fight card. Much appreciated. I know he appreciates it. I don't know where he is this morning. I'm going to be honest, he's probably hungover. He got done with the UFC yesterday, celebrated his win, and he died. I said, you alive? Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, so Antoine as well. Thanks for jumping on board Guaranteed Saturday. Tariq, thanks for jumping on board my game of the week. Edward, they'll never send me that, right? I know. Jesus says, Kyle, hopefully we can do a live bet like last week with Georgia, right? Look, I was trying. They won't even let me. They let me put $246 on it. All right, so back to the business. Back to business at hand. Because we will let you guys go because I know games are getting ready to start. By the way, let me turn on the big screen back over here. Hit that mute button as soon as it comes on. That way we don't get booted. If it turns on. Edward says it's like a diploma or a degree, right? You got limited by FanDuel. You know, here's the good thing. So people ask me, why do you bet with all these other sites when you have Bet Online? They're local. I still bet on Bet Online. I bet everything on Bet Online. Trust me, I've been cleaning up on them as well. Giving them a little break. They're super nice to us. But for the most part, I bet everywhere. And now that I have more options at my disposal, obviously I'm going to use it to my advantage for line shopping purposes. Why would I bet something if I want a dog and they're plus 1.5 here and they're plus 2 at DraftKings or they're plus 2.5 at BetOnline? I go everywhere. I get around, all right? I get around, let me tell you. Oklahoma laying 12 on the road at Kansas State plus 12. Total over and under 52.5. Oklahoma is a minus 465 money line favorite. Oklahoma, number 6 in the country. Number 6 by way of 4-0 straight up. 1-3 against the spread, 2-2 to the over. They've covered one time this year. Kansas State 3-1 straight up, 2-2 to the against the spread, 2-2 to the over. Oklahoma beat Tulane 40-35. Should have lost in week 1. They were on upset alert right away. They beat up Western Carolina 76-0. That game went over the total by 10. They beat Nebraska 23-16. They were on upset alert there as well. And they were on upset alert last week against West Virginia, winning 16-13. They have been playing with fire. They are playing with destiny. Their lowest spread was 10.5 this week. They laid 17.5 against West Virginia. They almost got beat. They laid 22.5 against Nebraska. They almost got beat. They laid 32 against Tulane, and they were on upset alert the entire game. Kansas State 12-3 against the spread at home versus a stout rushing defense yielding less than 3 yards per carry. Oklahoma is giving up just 2.4 yards per carry. We'll talk about all of those numbers. Kansas State 3-1 straight up. 2-2 against the spread, 2-2 to the over. Their last 2 games did go over the total, whereas the last 2 games of Oklahoma, under the total. Kansas State beat up Stanford in the beginning of the season 24-7. They beat up Southern Illinois, laying 17. They beat them 31-23 whopper, right? Not. Then they had Nevada. They beat them 38-17. They were somehow a 1.5-point dog, and they won. They were a 6-point dog last week against Oklahoma State. They ultimately lost 31-20. When you look at the numbers on this game, Oklahoma averaging 38.8 points a game against the likes of Tulane, West Carolina, Nebraska, and West Virginia. By the way, West Virginia, they put up 16 on. Their output has declined in their last 2 games against Nebraska and West Virginia. They have a total of 39 points, an average of 19 points over the last 2 games. Kansas State. Let's go back to Oklahoma first. Oklahoma averaging 161 on the ground and 283 in the air. They're averaging 4.7 yards per carry, 7.6 yards per passing attempt. Decent numbers. Their defensive numbers are great. They just haven't been able to put it together on the field. Kansas State averaging 28.2 points per game. They average 185 on the ground, 161 in the air. A little anemic for my liking against Oklahoma. Oklahoma's defense has improved, but keep in mind, they haven't played anybody. They played West Virginia, and that is it. And West Virginia, no offense to my old best buddy in the Navy, Alex, if you're watching, West Virginia, their offense sucks this year. Whoa, look at that on the screen of the Georgia game. I don't know if you guys got that thing on, if you guys got Georgia on. Whew. Anyways, distractions by the way of double D's. When you take a look at Kansas State and what they've done on offense, it's pretty anemic. How they're 3-1 is actually kind of surprising. However, they've gotten the job done against Stanford, Southern Illinois, and Nevada. By way of their defense, it's given up 19 points a game. Given up 75 yards a game on the ground and 255 in the air. The defensive numbers, rushing-wise, for both teams are very similar, giving up 2.4 yards per carry. Passing defense, Oklahoma's given up just 222 at 6.3 yards per passing attempt, compared to the 255 at 7.7 for Kansas State's defense. But when you compare quality of opponent versus quality of opponent, I put them pretty even as far as defensively goes. Oklahoma +5 on the turnover department. Kansas State -1 after 4 games. Oklahoma laying 12. That line is up 0.5 point. I think Oklahoma gets the job done today. I think Oklahoma, who has been on the brink of putting their offense in play to a point where they finally put it together. Oklahoma's offense has not synced yet. They haven't put it together. This is the 5th game of the season, and it's a big game for them. On the road, laying 12. I think Oklahoma puts it on them, and we see that Kansas State defense, is overrated. Oklahoma laying 12. Let's get that up on the board for you guys. Oklahoma laying 12. There you have it. Georgia moving the ball nicely as expected against Arkansas. There's a 10-yard run for another first down. Yeah, Wisconsin's defense definitely going to be... The Michigan-Wisconsin game, I think, is going to be the matchup of, to be honest, the day. Really is. And I'm going to be honest, I know Michigan really hasn't played anybody. This is their big test. I personally feel that Michigan should be rated higher. Washington was highly rated when they beat them 31-10. But they haven't beat anybody yet. And they struggled against Rutgers last week. They still got the job done. But I think Michigan should be a top 10 team. And I think if they get the job done today, then that will probably get reflected in the rankings. They should. There's some teams that shouldn't be ahead of them, in my opinion. But this is their biggest test, or task right here. As expected, Georgia moving the ball down to the 39 of Arkansas, and there's that flag. There's that PI flag. All right, folks, that is what I have. You got the plays on the board. Jesus asked a great question. Will there be a members-only play today? Yes. And by the way, I tried reaching FC. If for some reason I can get them on, maybe we'll come back live again. If for some reason I can. If I can't, well, it is what it is. But, by the way, there will be a members-only video, and it will be out shortly. All right? Members-only video I will have out here in just a little bit. All right? Members-only video I will have out here shortly. All right, folks. That is what I have. So let's have a great day. Jeff says screening your calls. No. I'm actually sending somebody a happy birthday message. But again, if you're on my personal plays, stand by to stand by. My personal plays will be out here in a little bit. Nothing early on my personal plays, but give me about an hour roughly and they'll be out. All right, guys, enjoy today. Again, please wager responsibly. And don't forget my game of the week tonight, folks. All right, guys and gals, I am out. Enjoy your day. Remember, we'll be live tomorrow, same time, same place, doing it yet again. All right, and again, good luck, everybody. And please wager responsibly. All right, we'll see you guys all live tomorrow. Oh, SC screening the calls, right? No, he told us yesterday on the live show he probably wouldn't be able to come on live, but if he could, he would. And I know he had some family things today. So, all right, guys.